I hope the coffee flavor is strong enough. I don't think it's gonna work when you fry it. Moment of truth. Hey guys, my name is Gideon, and you might know me from TikTok making Filipino food, fried chicken, or really anything crispy. And today I have a very special guest with me, TikTok's heartthrob, Owen Han.
Hello. I'm Owen Han. I'm a food content creator and I specialize in sandwiches. So Gideon is the crispy king and I'm gonna put him to the test. I'm gonna challenge you to take a non-crispy dish and make it crispy.
All right, Owen, what'd you bring me?
So here we have a classic tiramisu. This is my favorite dish. I'm not a sweets guy, but if I see this on the menu, I'm getting it every time. Tiramisu literally translates to pick me up. So it's like a dish that's supposed to, make you feel good. It's light, it's got coffee, mascarpone, but the thing it's lacking is texture, and that's where you come in. Think you can do it?
I think I got a few tricks, but we'll see what I can do. Let's break down the tiramisu. Well, tiramisu is a really popular sweet, creamy, and coffee-flavored dessert, which typically starts with a layer of coffee or espresso-soaked ladyfingers, and then on top of that, a layer of lightly sweetened whipped cream and mascarpone, and then dusted with cocoa powder. Traditionally, we soak ladyfingers in coffee, but obviously that's gonna be soggy, right? So I saw this thing on TikTok where you can make a rice chip, but instead of using water, we're gonna use coffee to have that flavor and keep that crisp. All right, so first things first, we're gonna rinse the rice to get rid of that extra starch. Now our rice is washed. Now we're gonna add the coffee. And we're gonna bring this to a boil, and once it boils, we're gonna simmer it for about an hour. You just really wanna overcook the rice so it's easier to blend later, because we're gonna make a paste. Okay, it's been an hour, and as you can see, the coffee has been absorbed by the rice, and it's very overcooked. It's very soft. Usually you really don't want to serve rice like this, but for this recipe, this is what you need. We're gonna blend the overcooked rice, even though it looks really weird, but you gotta trust the process. You're just looking for a really smooth consistency. Okay, this looks great. It looks like a very loose peanut butter, but that's what you're looking for, because we're gonna spread it nice and thin on a baking sheet. Now I'm going to spread the paste that we made, the coffee rice paste, so we can put in the dehydrator. I hope the coffee flavor is strong enough so we can taste it in the dish, but I also hope it's not too strong that it overpowers the entire thing. You want it thin, because if it's too thick, it takes too long to dehydrate. So just try your best to keep it even. Okay, so now I'm gonna scoop the rest and we'll be right back. And now we're gonna dehydrate it with our handy dandy dehydrator. A dehydrator is pretty much just like a gentle oven. It goes slower than a usual oven, and it's more precise and accurate. If you don't have this, you can also use an oven. Okay, so we are going to dehydrate this for about 2 hours or until it looks like a fruit roll-up. Now we're making the tiramisu cream. I'm gonna keep it traditional. We have egg yolks. In a double boiler, you're gonna add your sugar. You wanna gently cook the eggs without turning it into scrambled eggs. And you also don't wanna serve raw eggs, Now that it's pale and triple in volume, I can tell that it's ready to go. And now we're going to add our mascarpone cream. So we're just folding the mascarpone in the egg yolk mixture. Our mascarpone and egg yolk mixture is nice, smooth, and silky. It's time to make the whipped cream. I asked for an electric mixer because I got really tired from the last one. So you want to mix just the cream until it's nice and frothy. Then we add the sugar. You want to whip it into like a soft peak because we're gonna fold it in the mascarpone egg yolk mixture. So we're gonna add a third of the whipped cream at a time so we can slowly get that texture that we want. We want it nice and airy. And just incorporate as much air as you can. All right, I'm happy with this. We're gonna let this chill and let's move on to my favorite part, which is frying. Okay, so this is the coffee rice leather that we've been working on. This came out perfect. So it's still flexible. It's like a fruit roll up and it should puff up when we fry it. So we're gonna cut this in smaller pieces so when we fry it, we can stack it at the end. Doesn't have to be perfect because when we fry it, it's just gonna curl up. Moment of truth. If I did this correctly, it should puff up the moment it touches the oil. All right, here we go. I'm hearing the right sounds. Now we have our coffee rice chip. Ta-da! I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so this is exactly what I was looking for. Nice and crispy. Thank God it worked. Now it's time for assembly, which is my favorite part because it's the easiest and we get to eat after. We have the mascarpone component and we have the ladyfinger component, which is now a coffee rice chip. I'm just gonna put like a little dollop of cream to act as a paste so that the chip doesn't slide. And we're gonna layer it with the cream. All right, we're gonna dust it with the cocoa powder. And just for that little dramatic effect, shaved chocolate. And there we have it. I'm pretty happy with this. Owen better like this, or else I'm turning him crispy. Let's see what he thinks.
All right, Gideon, let's see what we got.
I tried my best, and hopefully you like it. Ta-da!
This is nuts. First looks, it's like crazy, like in a great way, very cool. The like chip layer we got going on here reminds me of chicharron. So I think what we got here is gonna be crispy. Let's just give it a little sound check. All right, I think we're just gonna go in with our hands. This looks very sturdy. Look at that. I've never been able to hold a tiramisu in my hands like this. All right, we're just gonna go for a big bite.
Big bite. No, I want one. What?
Wow.
Let me try one.
I think you just bit my finger a little bit, but that's cool. That was crispy. You nailed the mascarpone cream. That just really resembles a classic tiramisu. Had the hint of cocoa. I will say, the one thing it's kind of lacking, coffee flavor.
That was what I was thinking earlier. I thought it was enough.
I didn't get any sort of hint of coffee, which some people argue they don't like tiramisu because of that. I personally do. Yeah, I think creatively, it's like a 10 out of 10. Also, like I'm eating with my hands, it was a lot of fun. If you guys just rewind and listen to that bite.
You think I still hold the title of the Crispy King?
I think it would be a dishonor if I didn't call you the Crispy King after that. So you are, for sure, still the Crispy King.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just glad you liked it, man.
Dude, that was so sweet. Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any foods that you want me to crispify, leave it in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.